Round 2. Fight. Hello again.
Are we back this time?
We are.
Can you hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, roosters and hens,
Maybe.
and everything else in between. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me?
Check 1, 2. Hello.
Wham. Where you at,
Talk
Wham?
is back. And you know what? It seems like not asking for the likes and subscribes work pretty well.
Just do it.
when no
Give me a
one can hear me.
break.
Yeah, but hit us with a little like and subscribe. Let's get this thing bumping. And as always, from the Coop Collective, this time for real, I am Tyler at MBF Express. We have the now newly mortified Josh at Grateful Coops.
Hi.
Blake offering his technical support to Josh, unwanted at Wada Wada Racing. And disappointed in all of us, Dave, Dad at Pecking Order Racing. Gentlemen, are we doing okay now?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Are we good? We're
Little,
good. I mean, it's already
audio
past my
issue
bedtime.
on the Zoom side. You guys could hear me. I couldn't hear you. Neither could
Yeah, it was
they.
fun.
So, yeah. Sorry, Wham. I wasn't really reading the chat, so can't really read a dev blog and troubleshoot an audio issue at the same time. So
There we go. Okay, I see it working now. Yeah, hit that like button.
yeah.
Give us a little love and subscribe, and let's get into a little bit of an uneventful start to this tournament, but still a tournament that is rolling on. That was much anticipated and thrown out by the devs. It's something that I still think has a lot of promise, but I'd like to kind of get this thing moving a little bit. We'll help with that tonight. The cream of the crop tournament, celebrating 50K races, is live right now. Wham didn't think we had an issue because I was quiet. Yes, you've made that joke 7 times now. You can continue to do it if you want. Sorry, I will stop reading the chat now and run a show. So yeah, the tournament so far, interesting, little slow. It's definitely not the volume we've been hoping for, right?
No,
Well,
definitely not.
ETH's going up, and so are those race entries. That's another thing.
That's
Yeah.
part of it. Yep.
And Polygon is slow.
Oh, dude, especially with ADD. I'm sorry, but I can't sit there and stare at a spinny wheel for 2-3 minutes. I will close it, go do something, come back. Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, but
All
then
right,
you join.
next one.
Then you join
Well-
one race at a time instead
well-
of doing 5 or 6, and that keeps volume down.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things for sure.
This might just be at one of those 6 cycles right now that's just not syncing up properly.
As somebody pointed out, I don't remember who it was, but it might pick up the last week, but I think 3 weeks might be too long. 100 races too long. But yeah, I think ETH has to do a lot with it too, because when you're trying to get to 100 races, you don't want to spend $1 per race.
Spiver wants to know the facts.
It's just they're just regular headbands. I'm growing my
I've been
hair
wearing
out, sir.
headbands the last few weeks too. My hair is
Yeah.
just freaking super long.
Sleep
There.
mask do rag.
There, beautiful hair.
It's
you
a
can have it.
sleep mask.
I'm
That's-
trying to grow it out. It's still giving me some trouble. The grays are coming in strong. I mean, what can I
Get a
tell
haircut
you?
like Blake did.
No.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I'm growing it out.
Yeah, just give it.
The goal
give it a chop.
is right there. It's almost there. It just won't
Almost
quite.
there.
It won't
The man
quite
bun's
stay.
almost formed.
It's almost
And
there.
with that, make sure you like and subscribe. to
Yeah,
Cock
this is
Talk.
what everyone showed up for.
Talk about
Everyone
Tyler's
showed up
hair.
for the hair. That's for sure.
So yeah, ETH price is going up. Not really boding well for the race entry prices, and I don't know if there just needs to be an overhaul all around, or if I don't know how this works. Like, I'm sure the ARG, I know it spits out random races because it doesn't spit out the same amount each time it generates a new race, right? Well, all of a sudden that creates an issue of, well, like in C class, for instance, we've got like 4 $9 races sitting there, 3 or 4 $2 races, and then an occasional 50 center that'll pop up. Like that. I feel like that's got to get addressed, and it's not just in C. It's a little bit in D. It's a little bit in S.
You
is
basically don't
slow.
see it in B and A as much because that's where most of the racing's happening.
Mhm.
So there's a little bit more turnover there. But yeah, we definitely are seeing a little bit of a logjam on those situations. I mean, I just saw Wamola shared like the 10 races he has all set up ready to go, and they're for the most part all over $2. And that's, those all used to be a little bit around the either just at $1 or $1.50 range. So I definitely think that's part of the problem tonight. I think just the format in general right now, people are just it's 3 weeks long. It's not a sprint. So they're kind of hoping that this, unfolds and we kind of find a better way to enter these races and come together. So if nothing else tonight, we're going to be calling out some heritage specific races and see if we can get some things going.
Here's another thing that I'll point out too. As these tournaments get longer and time goes on, we're all figuring out what our good birds are and what our shit birds are. And we're stopped running some birds. So less birds are being ran, and we're not bringing any new people right now. So if we continue to pump out these events with just the same of us here, eventually few birds are going to be ran because we all have our specified tracks that we're running them on, and it's going to be really slow.
So the chat, so the chat right now is asking, so what's preventing the devs from changing the price every day?
I don't know.
Or two to reflect ETH rises. I'm not sure.
It may be a complex thing. It may not just be like a little slider, like it may seem like it should be.
Because it does seem to be random, like I said, as it doesn't just spit out one for one, like $1.50 for $1.50. It's you could enter a 50-cent race and then a $4 race shows up.
Well, I think it's on a wheel type deal. Like it's designed every few or so races to populate that lowest portion, and then
there's tiers. So like what they've defined as a low value race can be replaced by another low value race, but that means your 50-cent race can be replaced by a $2 race when it fills.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
which used to be like $1.10. So
the ARG could be in a bad mood and keep spitting out $2 races, and we kind of get frustrated.
Yeah.
But I think we did see some commenting from Apex today. One of them included a little bit about it being a bit more dynamic on the pricing, and perhaps looking at something, and this is not his comment, this is my speculation, but something pegged to USD rather than pegged to ETH, so that the values don't fluctuate, that we always have a 50-cent whatever that is.
Because if you tie it to ETH, then that's going to fluctuate. We would tie it to the dollar amount, not ETH.
Speaking of that, there was a little nugget about maybe talking to Delhi about removing the rake.
Yep, that
today.
got brought up yet again. So we don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet, but that's absolutely something that has been brought up. And I know that's something that, what they do with those funds will be interesting to see if it just kind of gets loaded into the 3, or if, as Blake has brought up, will they pay a 4th, or what we look at there.
I wouldn't even be mad at if they tinkered with it and gradually reduced it. It doesn't, it's not something that would have to be ripped off, I would think, right away. I cut it in half and then adjust the ETH prices of the races so they're cheaper and do it all in one swoop or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they even mentioned the idea of doing a chain change based on how the proof of stake upgrade and everything on Ethereum is going to look and that like. So they're definitely open to the idea. I mean, that was a question I think came from just the.
I think go ahead. I was going to say, I think his response to that was to fork over to the ETH mainnet.
Right. So everything just kind of, without the transaction fees, if that happens, which would be kind of cool. I mean, anything they can do to eliminate those walls, those extra steps to get people racing is obviously going to help.
Yeah. An on-site bridge is great. No bridge would be better.
No bridge is better. Right.
As long as we stay gasless, because I'm not burning through gas every day to enter races.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, but that could probably get tricky though too, with them covering gas or however they have that set up. If with ETH gas, and if it does decide to go moon again, gas is going to go with it. So that could get tricky. I don't know. It depends though with the new merger that's supposed to be coming. It may get cheaper. I don't know. Yeah. So should we jump? Let's jump through the dev blog quick, and then we're gonna fill some races and pull out the old tinfoil tonight.
Should we try to fill some stuff before we get to the dev blog, just for the sake of it? Just get some out there and then go through the dev blog, because it does take a minute for everyone to. That's the issue too. The spinning wheel has been a bit tricky for everybody.
I don't care. Call some out.
Okay, let's do that. Let's find ourselves some things that we can kind of work this through here with. They're still it's still pretty cheap. All right. D100 Sleep. Let's go for an all dork race. What about that? What if D100 Sleep? It's a 99 cents. 1 out of 12 in there now. What's in there? Okay, there's a Lakenvelder in there already. That is a problem. But do we want to try to do it like that, where we actually drive, to make? I mean, we might as well, because if we're just throwing in birds, then it's kind of the same old thing. But
here's one thing I've noticed too. Depending on the class you're in, you're more likely, like obviously in D class, you're not going to find many sultans. But if you're running a dork or a lack, no matter what perfection it is,
you're probably doing okay.
You're going to get points out of that if you finish high in that race.
Right.
I'm throwing a lack in.
Let's go lack. Let's go. Let's make this a lack race. That's the 100 Sleep track in D. Let's make it an all lack race if we can. There's already one lack sitting in there. It's a good one, but that's a headhunter. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's drop one in there and get that going. And that, you know what the problem is now? Now that I did that, I have the spinning wheel. So now I have
because we're all trying to get in.
We all do.
I know. I have to open up another one and hope the spinning wheel doesn't go up again.
I'm gonna flip back over to the dev blog.
Yep,
keep calling out races. We'll do this.
I will. I'll mix them in.
So good day, everyone. This is the Chicken Derby Weekly Development. We've had several little updates pushed to live in this past week. Owner names are now displayed on the Chicken Details page. Fixed the menu and pop-up issues and implemented the UI for the Cream of the Crop tournament, which is underway for the next, I think there's like 18 days plus on there.
Right.
So they're very excited for the Cream of the Crop tournament. If you don't know what that is yet, check out the channel link for the details. It's the longest one we've ran so far, going for 3 weeks. We're curious to see how engagement with it goes over time and how race volume looks after the 2-week mark. We've already seen people discussing strategies and wanting to organize races that have groups of chickens of the same heritage or perfections to increase point earning potential. We love seeing the community come together and do things like this. It would be a sight to see a race of all 90 Dorkings. As for the last event, the Augustus Auger items have now been airdropped to your wallets. Make sure you check your hidden folders, fam. You can unhide your prizes from there. We did have an issue earlier today with some payouts for races being heavily delayed. The issue came from either Polygon or Bitcomedy, still investigating causing the payout function to get stuck. Working on a notification system to alert us on a delay in payouts in the future. If you're still missing a payout, please DM Deli with a link to the race in question and your wallet address. You got a race?
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna see. This is tough. I was jumping to B class, hoping that I could get like an all Sarama race because I know that's a hard thing to do in B right now.
There's a 140 dirt waiting with some Saramas in
it. In B, okay, what is that?
Yeah, how expensive?
Okay, yeah. That's the thing. Everything
was
still
the cheapest one at the time, like $1 or something.
There's a 180 in C that's $1 right now. That's sitting empty.
Yeah, I guess there is. Actually, there is a couple Saramas in there. So yeah, if you want to get a Sarama. Yep, $1.99 Long Island Steaks. You want to get a Sarama in there, that could help a little bit because there's already a good amount on that one, and that's something that looks like we've been lacking. That is a little bit of a problem right now, is just getting to those 60 races for your B class Saramas. It's going to be
Iris and Darkstar in the same race.
That's it.
Ex Wally Bird.
Okay, I'm spinning, so go ahead.
So much
I'm
spinning.
already in it, and for some reason this is being real slow over here.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Behind the scenes, the team is mostly concentrating on Marketplace and the land mint. There are still a lot of things to do with the Marketplace. The front end UI is almost done. Most of the work just remains on the back end, and progress is being made on that every week. On the land mint, they're pretty much ready. The mint page is done, and they've tested it yesterday, which would have been Thursday of last week. Everything went fine. There will be a new option added to the header bar where you will be able to go to the mint page, view your lands, and access Chicken Derby Worlds. We just got to sort out the thumbnail images, which will take a bit of time as there are a lot of moving parts with land. Here are a few examples to go through. These are awesome. These are freaking awesome. You can't see the
I love all of
alien
them.
one,
Yeah,
because I've got it zoomed in. So from here, I can do this, I guess.
Yeah, as far as looks, I'll be happy with any land that I get. Obviously, you want the more rare ones, but as far as the way that they
The
look,
alien land is friggin' cool. I wish I would have sent these in separate thumbnails so I could blow them all up. But They are awesome. They remind me of other side a little bit of crypto unicorn land look in there. I mean, it's just awesome.
The psychedelic one with like the eyeballs in the ground that they put out on Twitter. That one was pretty dope too.
I want.
All right, I'm not spinning anymore. Let me see if I can.
So at the top, it'll display the world and borough that your land is in. On the land, you'll be able to see any buildings your land has, the farming plots, and features of your land. That is all for the day. There's no info on price, mint date. I assume,
nothing yet.
you know, they said, sheesh. Thanks, chat. I do have a resting bitch face, though.
Big time.
Anyway. Yeah,
okay,
no details on the land yet. So
I'm not spinning here. I got there's already 2 Saramas in this one. I'm adding a Sarama in A class. That's the 160 dirt in A class, $1.49. It'll be $4.12 once mine gets in there. So we'll have at least 3 Saramas in that one moving forward.
There's a fresh 180 road for all you sultans out there in B class for 60 cents.
Oh, perfect. There we go. 180 road.
Calling all
B
sultans.
Class.
180 road B.
Perfect. I will toss in a loser bird for you all.
Thank you.
Get your points off Fonzie.
Spinning.
I look intense when I read. I guess I've never seen my face when I read before. So
it's because it's difficult.
Reading is hard.
It's hard, yeah, for me, definitely.
I got hooked on phonics.
So, the discussion today in the Chicken Derby channel was a broad topic. I mean, it kind of started off as when breeding, when that might be on the horizon and what that might look like, like renting solution to type situations, talking about play to earn. All you gotta do is go back in the main Chicken Coop chat and you'll find that discussion between Hems and Chicken Derby Apex.
Yeah, I think what I liked about that play to earn, play to own kind of thing, as Apex said today, he thinks that the play to earn with a combination of play to own is the best way forward. They said the good thing about our races is that it is zero sum and people still enjoy it. With many other games, it's a positive sum game where everyone expects to earn money from playing, but the money has to come from somewhere. He said, with Chicken Derby, we are in a really good place and have found a foundation to build upon. So it is a good point that, yeah, a lot of people in the NFT gaming space are looking for, a positive sum, and they just want to show a place that they can, click buttons and make money. Well, this is going to be a little bit different, and it's definitely going to attract a different crowd, but it's not a bad crowd. I mean, people like to gamble.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a bad crowd, but I mean, let's not get into that.
Sarama race is full, 140 dirt. It's kicking off now. We're just gonna hit play on this, and we're gonna keep talking about tinfoil.
You didn't want to do the D100 track first? Dang it!
I'll get to it.
Oh, it's no big deal to beat.
Anyways, so the bigger discussion towards the end of that was about how fusion is going to work and how breeding would look like, and like burning almost, and the conversation went as such as Apex said that if you the thought is that, and this is still kind of preliminary, I would say, but fusing 2 spices together would yield a spicy. But but fusing any other heritage, or not heritage, but any other stock with a spicy would yield the stock that you fused with the spicy, or any other.
The lowest.
The lower stock. I thought that was interesting, and Hems did too. I would assume the spices would create a spicy at the same. If you're mixing 2 spices, you should get a spicy, because there's no other stock involved in that. But it should maybe denote that it says V2 or something, or second generation.
I don't see a big reason.
Fused.
When it comes to the fusion, I don't see a big reason why anyone would fuse a higher or lower class together. Unless they're just 2 amazing racers, and maybe they're okay with going down to robust from spicy, but anything to get rid of spicy right now. I know Dave has talked about that. Not a great plan to really cut spicy too much.
Close finish here. Cocktails and Dreams
Oh.
with Manhattan pulled off the W with 10 meters to go, beating out Darkstar and Iris.
But
That's
the
a lot
double
of
podium.
points. So a
Double
lot of points
alien
for all those
podium there.
Saramas.
Look at those aliens. That's a good looking birds there.
At least they caught a couple points there.
Manhattan might be winning B for
Yeah, they may have just become.
What
the
is
B winner.
Manhattan? Is that a 90? Let's see. Manhattan was 91. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Excuse
may
me.
have just taken a lead on that.
Let's see. I've got a 200C
second place.
capital meet here. This would be not your guys' race.
1 second. Let's actually see if there is anything in C I can grab real quick. Okay, so 180. Let's go. I see. Okay, there's one of each. So I see even better, 200 a 200 track, the University Wash,
In D.
in C class.
Oh,
so
C.
there's a brand new $1 race, University Wash 200 track. Let's go Sultan on this one. So to see if we can
Oh.
actually get enough Sultans in C. Is there enough Sultans in C to do that, or should we just stick with Dorks?
I don't have my Sultan in C.
I have a C Sultan, but
All right,
she
let's
is
go.
awful.
Let's either go.
I got Dork.
Let's go dorking. Let's go. So let's try to make this a dorking race. University Wash 200 track. Transaction failed. Oh, okay.
Womp.
Tyler's broke.
Why don't you do that to me? I am not, sir.
Oh.
Yeesh. I
Rip.
won some
My
races today.
transaction failed too. I'm
Oh,
probably
no.
not
I
even
also
going to get
failed.
into this race.
Also broke.
Polygon's
Uh-oh.
broke.
Oh no, man.
Polygon.
Yeah, I definitely have funds.
Rip.
Let me put her
Well,
in.
You can go watch that D race. on
Yeah, the
track
D
that
race is
we
there. Yeah,
did,
we can watch that.
We already finished.
yep.
Blake
looks
already
like-
checked the results. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Transaction
I
failed
did.
is
So did
coming
you, Dave.
through.
I don't.
No,
I don't
yep.
even worry about that.
Yeah,
Burger doesn't
you
have a name.
did though. You checked it.
Yeah, but he's nameless. Who cares about him?
He just won you some money, so you care.
All right, let me try one more time.
Did you
here
spoil
and
it?
see. Nope,
Blake
not
just
spoiled,
spoiled it.
Seriously, spoiled it.
No,
Spurls.
Spurls.
Got a spinny wheel. All right. So, your guys'
Better than
thoughts on
fail.
Fusion while we're waiting
mean,
for this.
I'm spinning as well. So okay.
my main questions, like I mentioned off air, what happens to when you breed two fused parents? Like, is it still stay to where that baby could be better than its parents? Because then I think we're talking about breeding some super birds.
Can't watch the race with the spinny wheel.
Yeah, no, it's going to come down to figuring out, is that's the tricky thing. Like, Hems proposed earlier, if you had two 100s, would you fuse them together? And, Blake, you were just saying, if you had two good birds and you fuse them together, why would you want to fuse good birds if they're already
Not necessarily good
That's-
birds. Let's just say you have
Impatient lamb.
294 or you have 495 dorks.
Mhm.
And you fuse 2 and 2, right? So now you've got two birds.
Right.
And I imagine it's still a 94 dork. It's just got better preferences, maybe.
Well, I think that's the funny part, is that I don't think it has to be that high of a success rate for people to still want to do it. Like it really comes down to a bit of a lottery, and it'll be curious to see what exactly
That's what
does
scares
happen.
me.
Because what if it is just I don't know why you do this, but if you just had 290 jetpack dorks and you fuse them, is it just a 90 jetpack dork? Like, is there any possibility that something else comes out of that
So
if you do something like that?
And what changes the distance and terrain preferences? Because right, so
Right, they're probably different, right?
to me, like I said before, I'm kind of scared to fuse birds, because what in the event that you make, especially good birds, right? I'll probably fuse my two shittiest birds together just to see what happens, but I'm probably not going to touch much of my good ones.
Yeah, that was before we started in the chat. Both Josh, Dave, and I were like, "Yep, we're fusing birds. We'll do it right now.
Yep. If they're A-shaped, I'm fusing them, man. Like if I can take two non-profitable birds and turn them into a single profitable bird,
but now
I'm gonna do that all day.
A wider A.
But what if you now have two non-profitable? Here's the more realistic side, though. You've got two non-profitable birds, and now you've got one non-profitable bird. Less likely that you can stake for crops, whatever they have to do for that. So those birds that are not good are also going to be utilized in the game in other ways. So you're just taking a chance and you're just throwing a bird to the wind.
Using spices in general seems,
right.
Yeah,
right.
I follow.
Yeah, I think there's a risk to it for sure. And I'd be looking at fusing birds that are down in D doing nothing. And
yeah.
Because the less spices there are, the more value to the spices that are still left.
It's true.
That's the thing. I would feel like you would have to have a cap there. Like you can fuse the spicy one time. It would cut the total. If you diffused every single spicy once, it would cut the population right in half.
Right.
And then
on that note, Apex did say was it a direct response? It wasn't a direct response, but he said fusion is very important, is a very important part of the breeding, as you want to control the supply and demand. So Dr. Drew will be making an entrance with his splice soon. So that's it definitely does. And I like how this is part of it, because people are going to want to breed. I'm hoping basically it just ends up being, all the robust and tenders and everything else, and crispies, go to town. Yeah, absolutely. Because you don't want a bunch of those sitting around that turn out to be crap. Yeah. That clogs the market. That makes it feel like you can't do anything. And yeah, maybe you could, maybe you're not going to be able to take two birds that aren't so great and fuse them together and make a great racer. But maybe now that bird's a little bit closer to getting fused with another one that could eventually make up a great racer.
So here's a question. Where does fusion fall in on the timeline? We're going to need breeding before fusion, right?
Sounds like fusion before breeding.
But see, and that's what I'm.
However, wouldn't that be a nice way to test it?
But you're asking people to burn their spicy birds?
Yeah, people love burning stuff.
Okay, go for it.
If there's some incentive to them,
go for it.
Well, Simon Neal says, if I can fuse birds to give my best racers a better talent, I'm doing that.
Yeah, but it's not a talent. We're not rolling talents here, are we?
Yeah, but if I can turn my teleport into something useful and get basically the rest of the bird the same,
it's going to be a one or the other, though, right? You're not going to be able to do a teleport and an anvil and come out with a Coober.
Telanville. I don't know.
Teleport an anvil onto the lake.
Teleport an anvil. Well, this also plays into the idea that
I don't know anything, Simon. I'm just shooting off the top of my head. I don't know nothing about that's official.
But this also plays into the idea that they said they're going to mess around with the possibility of new talents. So maybe the fusion can do that. I mean,
like that.
The fusion
teleport an anvil onto you.
Yes. Yeah. Or it would be great to just see like a door open up, like a
but throw that in with the other
straight through it.
So there was another nugget that was dropped where food can elevate your talents.
Yes. Now this was actually written in this was an
let's bring all this together.
Bring
all this together. So you fused a bird, you've rolled it into this super talent or whatever, and now you're going to feed it grapes or whatever it's going to get to jack it even more
on that.
Well, I mean, what the hell?
This is in the tutorial now. Food bonuses can be as simple as slightly enhancing a chicken's performance or providing protection from offensive talents. Food could also enhance your own chicken's talent by making it happen more often or being more powerful.
Listen, this doesn't sound like what I've been saying for a while, but it does. So just saying. Not that I'm right all the time, just sometimes. But yeah, it seems like they're going to break this down into, a la carte. You pick the enhancer you want, and it's not just your bird's overpowered this race, go to town. It's pick the way you want your bird to have an advantage.
I hope it's just as likely to have a bad outcome as it is a good outcome when it comes to these things.
So here's a question.
Well, you could have a bad outcome, and that's the thing. Like you roll some bad dice, but you paid up for extra talent. That doesn't matter.
Here's a
You know,
question
your
for
talent
you
doesn't
guys.
go off.
What
Yeah.
are your thoughts on the land as far as like this food? Now, is it just? Do you think it'll all just be like one type of resource that is for all, or do you think each plot of land will yield a resource that can only be used
Yeah.
on that certain type of terrain?
So you just mentioned all those little different things that it could do. Maybe those things come from certain food in different regions.
Right.
So something that has a defensive
that.
talent
Yep.
may come from a region.
Could be a little bit of both. Yeah.
Whatever's there,
or,
right?
Or maybe it's tiered, kind of like other things. Like, so if you use the boost, a boost that's from, I don't know, the snow berries and on a track race,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's not as effective as if you could use it in a snow race. I don't know.
How about this one real quick? Just since I saw it pop up and someone's there already, there is a 100A sand race. There's already a 99 dorking in there. So if you got a dorking or a 99, let's get them in. That's the 100 sand in A. It's $1. So if you got a dorking or you got a 99 dorking or just a 99 in general, we can probably get a nice hit out of this one.
I'm going to mess it all up.
Of course you are, you dick.
There's a Sarama in there already.
Oh, it must have just slipped in there. That's fine.
Yeah.
And we're spinning again. So yes, now I know Josh, you mentioned this before when you and I were just talking. Is the idea that it's like maybe you can only get stuff to enhance on snow tracks in the snow regions or grass region or whatnot. Because obviously there's different regions based on the terrain. So
Steve Martin was a prop comedian.
no, I know. I was just leading us back into it. It wasn't just trying.
Sorry.
Don't you try to get me, jerk off.
Gotcha, though.
But I liked what Blake was saying is that it also has the possibility to just like, you have to go to that land in order to get it. And there's going to be common ground everywhere, I would imagine. There's going to be public ground just about anywhere in all the
I
different
think
spots.
each
So you'll be
region
able to
is going to
run
have
around.
a public spot.
Yeah, but
like-
that would
like a-
also
a
be
public
cool that
house.
you have to travel. It will make you travel to different spots to make this work.
But
Or incentivize trading.
Here's
Right.
what I also
Right,
think
right.
should happen. I think it should be 10-1 that the resources come from the landowners versus what comes out to the public. So like if I go into the public house, I should get 1 bushel versus if I go in and I can go and buy so many more from an actual landowner.
Right. Well, something that's interesting too, when you say like how much, like how many bushels, how much you can pull out, will some birds be better farmers, or is it going to be static?
Well,
Think about
yes.
the perfections, though. You could throw that in the hat as to what type of birds are going to yield the most when they're out on the farm. I would think you would tier it out just as 100s to 90s. There's more
Here's
90s.
where
If your
there's
bird
really
has a-
less that they're pulling in,
Well, if your bird has a
or
snow
heritage
preference,
too, you could tier it that way.
if they have a snow preference, are they a better farmer on snow?
Or remember, we can go back to our
Oh.
early episodes where we broke down what birds are good and what like
Yep.
temperatures and stuff like that.
Right.
So backgrounds matter again.
Don't
Taking
know
it
if
back
it's
to last
background,
summer.
but I think that maybe that heritage might matter when it comes to the crops. Dorks may be better at harvesting a certain type of crop versus Sarama's another. But I don't know.
Bushel isn't that old of a word.
I was going to say,
I guess
That
it
is a
might be.
legitimate unit.
we're
of
not
bushel.
living in the 30s, sir. What are you talking about?
A bushel of corn is a unit, sir.
You can still purchase things by the bushel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you're talking
bale.
about the Midwesterns here.
Yeah, like,
Or truck.
I have no excuse for using
like
it.
you've never gone and
but-
purchased a bushel of apples. Come on, sir.
I have a bag of apples,
Well, yeah.
basket of
Well,
apples.
clearly, you haven't been making sauce.
Is that what Canadians do? They get bushels of apples.
Buy a bushel of apples, make some applesauce.
Bushels of honey,
This is
is there no-
normal
Wouldn't that be a
behavior.
branch?
I didn't say a bush.
They don't
full.
come out of a bush.
I'll take one bush full of apples.
A bush of apples. Thank you.
Anyways, so the C200 track race that we are trying to throw what? Dorks in. Dorks, 9 of 12 filled. Did your A race fill, sir? No, not quite.
There's a B140 that we could toss extra Saramas in.
Ooh.
B140 sounds like he's doing that for his own good, but let's go for it.
She prefers 160, sir.
Okay, fair enough. So what terrain is that? Is that
That's grass.
grass? Okay, so it's the grass trail. All right. I got a Rama for you. Why not?
Yeah, fill that one up so we can get a new track.
Blake doesn't like that one.
No, I don't.
He wants a new cheap race.
But
I do.
on that note, we usually call out a race on this show and it fills in 5 seconds. But people are, this is the nature of this tournament is to be a bit picky until we're a week and a half through and you only have 10 races. And then you go, oh crap. And so we may see we may see a total pivot change into the back end of this.
But here's the difference.
At the moment, I get the frustration.
You're only qualifying 1 to 5 birds doing that. You're not, I don't think it's going to be really hard for people to qualify bigger coops. So 20 birds and 15 and plus birds that I've seen qualify in some of these other events.
At some point. No, I'll be very curious if they make an adjustment to the ETH and we get those cheap races again and we're right back to clicking in this, because it can, I was telling Blake, I've been following the rules of trying to get birds in their right races, and I'm leaking a little bit because I'm not just sniping after the races I know do well, maybe forcing a little bit too. So it can get tricky with the, without having those really low incremental races as far as the price goes.
Yeah, I do think with the number of races needed, your best bet is to spam like, okay, this is a Dorking race, send it. This is a Sarama race, just send it, rather than it being, oh, this is my ideal race, but oh shoot, there's only 3 birds in here that are actually even worth a point for me. And that's
right.
Well, other people are looking at it too, that like they might, just because they don't have a dork that's good on that track, they might have, there's a bunch of 93s in there, so they enter a 93, that helps them but hurts everybody else.
Yeah, you can play spoil all you want. You can run through and just be like, yep, I like this race for my bird anyway, and I don't care, and I just want to win some ETH.
All right, all dorking and a couple Saramas and a Sultan, and mostly 99s is off and ready, so we'll get that race popped up here. Meow. I just think it's an interesting, because the discussion today also kind of led into how do you don't need to have players owning a chicken to participate in the game. And that kind of did get brought up a little bit. Like other ways to get people involved in the game. Land kind of does that, but I'm curious though, like if that plays into the other characters that they talked about early on. For
like,
the
will we
for
have
the
other
metaverse,
ways?
or
Will
for
we have other ways
the chicken
of,
world? I should
of farming.
say.
Yeah,
right. The turtles and the dragon and whatever other things there were. The human.
And it could still be a pivot, from that original idea. But I mean, if they're going to expand this place out, then maybe down the line. I mean, they've been trying to create a game that's, a decades long game. So obviously you're going to need some kind of drop like that. But
right. Oof.
How's this
Took
one
that
looking?
guy down. Dancing Queen, Marble Milkshake, Pavarotti.
Ugh, just
All dark
dying
rodeo.
off at the end. 0. Can't sell you. Can't win
even
with
down
you.
class in a race full of 99s. and 100. C200, I believe that's an all dork race. Mostly dork. A couple Sultan, a couple Lax. Kick that guy off. This was the 200 track in C. Some good looking birds in there.
Oh, your
Charizard.
favorite bird. Your favorite antithesis of swag is in there.
Antithesis.
Antithesis.
The antithesis.
Charizard with a Devo out of the gate.
Attaboy.
Get out of here, Charizard. Go have a smoke.
He's actually doing okay so far. Yeah, he's been cleaning up. I think he won a 12-point race earlier today. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Just
those will
need
go
one
a
of
long
those.
way.
Yeah. And he went 12th the first without anything. There was a growth that happened and he just ran it like with the growth going, like almost like he was just tailing it.
Another Devo.
Just drafting.
What's going on here? A Devo in first.
Okay, you didn't need to
Yeah.
Devo me twice, Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah. Dang.
What did Victoria
an
do to
early
you,
lead.
Charizard?
Charizard, finally, he's gonna lose. He's not gonna win
Probably.
this race.
Probably. This is too much of a lead.
Let's see
He's
what's
gonna get
going on
crushed
back
in a minute.
here. If any talents go off, we know Charizard's up there. We got April O'Neil, son of a Bitcoin, hanging off. Jackie
Just waiting
Daytona
for-
trailing off. We got a Blue Rooster kicking in here,
Oh,
pecking
go
order.
Victoria. Let's go.
Yeah, right in the 10th.
Right
100
back into
meters
the
to go
field.
in this race. Charizard's slowing down. He's back on the screen with the rest of the pack.
Suck it, Charizard.
Something's gonna happen. Who do we got back here?
He's not even gonna get talented back to the field.
Fucking
He's just gonna
hideout.
die out.
We'll see what
So,
happens.
Sambo has a funny point there, and I've kind of thought about it as well. Does this tourney have advantage for A-shaped racers, or just things that finish in like 4th and 5th perpetually?
Another
And
Devo.
two
Depends.
birds.
The beak ring stays on the Devo.
It depends race to race. If you finish 4th in a bunch of yours match, yeah, you're going to get a lot of points in that race.
Yeah, and that's
If
the
you
thing.
finish 4th and the only ones that match were the ones that got ahead of you,
Mhm.
well, not so much.
But meanwhile, two of the birds that have been doing well for me so far are perpetually like 4th place finishers, and they keep doing that. They're not winning anything, but they're knocking a bunch of people out under them. So
Poor Charizard.
every time, man, this
Fifth
is just
place.
his
What
life.
happened, Charizard.
This is what it is. This is what it's like with this bird.
Right. I beat 2 other dorks.
Gives you
Ugh.
double and then just dies. Yep.
Better than Jackie.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see A and U-shaped birds both at the top of their classes in this. It's going to be the ones who were downclassed enough
That's right. Yeah.
that had enough run in a certain in their preferred class before they got bumped up, and they maybe only down run one race and are able to get back down. Right. So like I have a 97 dork that was downclassed in C quite a bit, and he's making a run, but he's almost about to upclass back to B.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why his numbers are looking good.
Right. That makes sense. Is that I haven't had enough run yet where I've actually gone up with a bird, so I felt okay there. But yeah, we're gonna hit some tough times at that midway point when you're stuck somewhere, and then we might see those numbers kind of
Yeah, because now you're running
Flatten out.
races and not winning because you're downclassed.
yeah, we're trying. Yeah. Although I will admit, last time I remembered, I had no intention whatsoever of running my 97 White Beak Sarama in S class, and they did pretty well in S class. So these tournaments can be weird, especially once the volume starts pumping and we get some different kind of dice rolls happening in there. So let's
Wally
see, is
called
there
out a
anything else?
120C race dirt. It was all lax for the most part, except for Ray Ray.
He said help with dorks though, but it was all Ray Ray's in there is the only dork, and there's like 5 other lax.
Oh, and I entered another lack. I'm sorry, Wally.
Sorry, Ray Ray.
Screw you, Ray Ray. You don't need any help.
I hosed it up.
Ray Ray's winning in C. Yeah, we gotta knock him down a few pegs.
Ugh, the spinning wheel is rough, boys.
I know it's something else.
Polly, get your shit together.
All right, let me slide through here real quick and see if there's anything. I think for the most part, that's the bulk of the extra little nuggets we got from Apex today. Yeah, I don't think there's too much else. Obviously, there was
Speaking of slow races, do you want to tease what we kind of have at the store maybe coming up here in the next week or so?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've been talking with the fine gentlemen and ladies. Well, I don't know, over at D3, and we're gonna put together a little something for our 548 holders and for the D3 Pro subscribers. It was actually Blake's idea. He brought it up today, just to come up with something to get us to kind of supplement this for a little extra racing going on. And we finalized on how many birds was it? Was it as many birds as you
I
wanted?
think
And
you
then-
can do any bird. It's going to be scoring. It's going to be scored like the 10K tournament was. And then, so just like any class that you're in, the highest scoring from each class.
Nice. Yeah. And nothing you need to do there besides just be an owner of the 548
I think
or
we were doing
be-
what, a 30 race qualifier?
Yep. Be an owner of a 548 barn, or just be a pro subscriber, and all you need to do is race your birds, and we'll take care of the rest with the leaderboard
So,
as usual. We'll D3
Kind of allow them on your way to 100. You can kind of double up
Mhm.
on some of these deals here. So
Yeah, anything to try to push that volume a little bit. Obviously, we'll see what happens, and it's okay to have a couple different things, because this is a cool event in the way that it's been set up, but it doesn't seem, at least at this moment, to be a volume driver. So I think there is a world where we can have multiple events going on, that
and it can kind of
Yeah.
it can operate the same. I mean, you're still entering the birds, right? And they're still going to be, raced. So
I feel like
Yeah.
the more things happening, the better. Because if there's multiple happenings of events and tournaments, and it's just going to drive volume.
right.
People are just going to want to race because I'm in this tournament, or I need to do this for this challenge, or
Mhm.
I need this for whatever. I think it can't do any harm. Now it may get, if you have two similar tournaments going on or something along those lines where they overlap, or if they
Right.
kind of interfere with each other, that may be something, but
Or that you're straight double dipping, that like winning one means you win the other one. And
right. But I think
Like-
if it's something like, I don't know, it's straightforward, just point, like the 10K tournament, something along those lines where if your races count for points, and the total tally at the end is the tally at the end, and the winner is the winner. You know what I mean?
Right. But yeah, for instance, I know White Beak Gang is going to be putting together two different tournaments, a U and an A tournament for White Beak token holders. And if you haven't got a White Beak token yet, you just have to pop into their Discord, own a White Beak, and I think there's a channel in there to verify, and you get the token for the heritage that you have. You can have up to 4 based on your heritages. There's a tough one for you. Heritages is but I know he asked everybody if they wanted that tournament to coincide and run with this tournament or after it, and because it's an A tournament, it kind of goes against the idea of like trying to win. So I think they're going to run that as soon as this tournament ends. So yeah, our plan with everyone here, especially now that we're all collabing in the ambassadors chat, is just to keep the fun going. Keeps it was got to come out of my mouth, and I'm like, well, might as well lean into it at that point. But yeah, keep some type of action going, and I do believe there's an opportunity to have dual tournaments going on at the same time, as long as they either work together or are in opposite ends.
Right. So on that, also White Beak Gang is they're putting all together a little get together.
Yeah.
Tyler, you got that tweet?
For all y'all from out in LA.
Yeah,
in
for
the
everyone
West
in
Coast
LA.
area. Yeah.
for all you people
Or
on
if
the
you feel
West
like
Coast.
going to LA to hang out with the White Beak Gang.
Yeah, these guys
You're
are
gonna be doing a little bowling.
Yeah, he has a whole place, I think, set up. It sounds like.
Yep.
I actually have the tweet right here. It's the Los Angeles meetup. And all you need to do is send Daniel at White Beak Gang, if you haven't followed them on Twitter yet, a message, and do a little like and retweet to get this thing going, so they can get a bit of a rough head count. This is actually going to be sponsored by the Chicken Derby team. They're interested in trying to get this kind of thing going, and just trying to create a little bit of buzz, bring some friends, bring some people that aren't part of it. That's fine too,
Do
just to
some
try to get them into
get
it.
a little event type, just live races with a bunch of people involved. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That'd be fun. Seeing it on a TV with beers.
I think he said
talking
people
shit.
he's going to give away some weth to everybody that shows up so they can race live.
Yep, limited edition merch, all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff. Yep, absolutely. So they just to try to just create that little bit of buzz, because that's what kind of word of mouth sometimes goes a long way. You get a few people in, and it's just kind of cool to be able to do some meetups, and we'll have to try to figure out something over here on the East Coast. I know we've talked about with a couple of restaurants owned by.
Anybody want to come hang out on a farm with me?
On a farm.
No one wants to come to the Midwest.
Can we get the clouds?
Well,
to
hey,
do
you
the
want to
chicken
oversee
races
real
for us?
chickens? We'll come hang out with real chickens.
Like this illegal operation you're running out here. You cannot
I'm
force
gonna
these
go-
chickens to run.
I'm gonna get all my Canadian neighbors, and we'll go to the actual location of the track, and then we'll have our meet up there.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the one last little bit about those white beak tokens, they do regenerate each month. Thanks for the heads up there again, Sambo. You can also buy them. They're actually, that's another thing if you don't own a white beak, but there's plenty of white beaks hanging around on the market that are worth getting into, and they're going to keep doing stuff like this based on owning white beaks. So I think it's a smart move to grab one. I have more than a few. I have one of each token just because I wanted to make sure I had that. So.
And if you don't have the white beak token, you can get them off of secondary, I believe, or if you're
Steve Martin.
Oh, you did just say that?
Yep, I did.
Good
But yes, you can. Yeah, I didn't.
Sorry,
I wasn't
I'm doing two different things.
We gotta stop doing this to each other.
Just to reiterate, you can buy
I
them off
block
the
the
secondary.
bulldozer out. I usually block the bulldozer out when he rants, and I just got used to it.
We're just bringing down the show.
It's past my bedtime.
Doing it for ourselves. But yes, they are in the secondary market on OpenSea and whatnot. They can be purchased there as well. I think they're as cheap as 0.01 right now. So,
yep. Or you could trade them.
Or you trade them. Yeah, absolutely.
Or you just get yourself a white beak.
So, any more races? We got about 10 minutes left here tonight, I think.
Let's
any
see.
more
How did
theories,
that
tinfoil races? Anything?
Let me just see. Let me see if that did that A fill. Okay, our A filled that we tried to do all Saramas in. I don't know how successful that was, but there is a new A. Let's see. That's a 100 snow, 60 cent, brand new and fresh. Put everyone there. I don't know.
That's what you think. I'm spinning on it.
Oh, you're spinning on it. What did you put in? What's
I don't know. I'm not telling you. Just
geez.
okay, what you want in. I want
Okay,
you to
fair
pick.
All right, I'm gonna put a Sultan in.
Damn it.
No,
That's
I
what I
lied.
got.
Oh, that's good. That's a good
good.
thing.
You
No,
wanna
I'm
have the
trying to
same thing.
lose. I'm
Oh, you're
trying to lose, and I
lose.
don't want to give you any damn points.
All right, actually, I have no idea what I want to put in there, but yeah, 160 cent snow in A. We can try to lock that one up. Let me see here, and I'm sure I had more I wanted to talk about. Let me just think for a second, Josh, and I'll start talking more.
Yeah. I just caught a glimpse of the $10 D race I've been waiting for 3 days, I feel like.
I'll say a $10 C just ran, so
Or that race, yeah, the $10 C race.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. I was leading it and then ate a CK47 with 15 meters to go.
There you go.
poor bathtub.
Yeah. Bitch. Yeah, so
Let
the
me see.
C.
Oh, I do know I did see something weird that happened today that I can't quite put a finger on yet. I know Josh had some theories that I stole and co-opted as my own.
Classic.
There was, but I admit it. That's the difference.
Happens more
There
than you
was
think.
definitively, and I took actually a quick little video of it as well, and posted in the chat a blue egg that went off where the blue egg was in the person with that shot the blue egg, I believe, was in 8th or 9th place, and it hit 11th place.
Ooh, rude.
Yeah. So Josh's theory that I co-opted was just maybe before the the talents get, if our theory is correct that you run the full algo and then apply the talents and then thus either add or subtract from there, then maybe that was a bird that was supposed to finish in the top, but just the video didn't sync up, and maybe there's just an issue there, or I don't know.
But
It's a tricky
Anvil
one.
doesn't always say
wasn't
it's first place.
It was blue egg though.
Oh, blue egg.
egg.
Okay.
Yeah, it was blue
Oh,
egg.
that's
So it was supposed to be like, a leading chicken is all they
Yeah.
ever say. So is that chicken leading in the sense that
Did that chicken
would
get hit
have?
by a talent beforehand?
I don't know. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm not sure. I had to double check. There was
Because I
at
wonder
least one
if
of the
it
talent that
was
went off.
leading and it got like hit with an anvil or something, and then it hits the blue egg, but the algorithm thinks of it as one of the leading birds.
Let me see. It was just I can try to watch it again, but I'm pretty sure that chicken was just kind of chilling back there. And there wasn't a whole lot of there wasn't actually a whole lot of movement otherwise. Let's see. I have the race here. I can watch it on my end again, but yeah, that's a weird one. Could just be a glitch. Be curious if there was anything. The devs didn't say anything about it, but I think it was after they had popped out.
Yeah, it's strange for sure, and it does play into your theory that you had that, you know, like you said, that the race, the algo runs, and then it adds in the talents, so then the talents do in fact affect the race. And it just could have, I don't know, that guy could have just been a confused, I don't know, it's hard to, how do you confuse a computer algorithm?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If it works all the time.
Yeah, it looks like a
for the most part.
A moving walkway goes off at 120 and just runs off, and there's no issues there. And I think there's one more talent before this happens, but I'm almost there to see. At the moment, the bird that gets hit, I'm pretty sure is sitting currently in 12th. Because I'm pretty sure it's the Manic Mint with the sad eyes that gets hit.
Sydney Cove's saying that chicken did look like it was starting a boost. Maybe it was going to go up to the front of the pack.
Yep. So, it was a white beak from BAWK that looked like it was in 8th place, shoots it up and just absolutely crushes. I think that's Crybaby. Yep, Crybaby. That just fell all the way back. So, yeah, it did start to surge. And so maybe there's something there. And it would have surged up, and the blue egg is a devastating hit, so it does really crush you. But that was the first time I've seen something that weird, that out of the line as far as what they tell us the animation will look like.
Here's that all Sarama race from the A class. Had a double BAWK there. Looks like Clucking Hideout had a BAWK and Fancy Band, I think, or was it Clucking Hideout double BAWK? It was one of these. It was two of these three birds here. I didn't quite catch it. I was trying to transfer it over to the.
We did get a lot of Ramas in this one. This looks good.
This is a good Rama race. All but 3.
Someone's getting good points.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks for nothing, Wham. Throwing in a dork. I see you.
Little machete there.
Anti-pop. Antipop.
Who's that? Chicken 137. Dirty Bird Racing. That's a. I don't think I've seen that Coop.
That might have been a new one. That might have been a new one that pops
up. Bird, though.
It is. Grace Under Pressure. Chicken 137.
Yeah, I'm sure
Dark
you were.
Star. Got a Cougar coming in hot from Clucking Hideout.
No
70 meters
back
to go. Oof, hitting the log. We got BAWK D3s with the,
come on, Grace,
the Pink Power Ranger. Hey-oh, Dirty Bird, boom! On the sprint, hitting by a blue egg.
Oh.
That thing took off like a dart and then just got nailed.
That's what the blue egg's supposed to do.
Yeah, but that's the same type of, that's what he said.
Boost.
That's the similar boost, yeah.
The chicken was going places.
Come on, Grace.
Get up there, Dark Star. Oh, yeah.
Get those alien eyes.
Beating
the rest of the race go?
That's good for the old
good points. Good points.
Hell yeah. Grateful Coops, Dirty Leg, or no, what was that? Dirty. Yeah. Congrats.
$2.
Congrats.
I'm back.
What else? Did we fill any? Anymore. Did we fill any? Did I miss one?
Let's fill a couple more out.
Here's the
spin some wheels.
100A snow. What did we
yep,
get
that's one of them.
I'll spoil it if I look at it. So, excuse me.
All right, let me pop through and see if there's anything else that we can fill out here before we call this one a night.
This one's a bit all over the place for Heritage. A lot of Sultan.
Yeah, a couple Saramas, mostly Sultans, 2 Lax and a Dork.
Okay,
CJ Butterman, that is I'm that bird is like I thought I had El Diablo in this race because that's literally his twin. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't put that bird in here.
So we got a $1 C sand in 160. So 160 C sand. That has 1 of 12 right now. There's already a Sultan in there, so I'm just going to follow suit and drop a Sultan.
I put a dork in there.
Well, okay then.
Well,
way to go, Blake.
I put a dork in there.
I had a dork in there with 0 of 12, so he's just spinning away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the problem.
Goonbag, Goofy, Evagria the Faithful taking out the top of this one right now. Bird Law sneaking in, 10 meters to go. He's going to steal second from Wham. Heck yeah.
Bird Law.
Oh,
Bird
come
Law
on.
for all your bird law needs. Goonbag. That's a good bird name. What did you say?
Not a great one.
Erase?
That was I'm spinning on it again. I think it was Sand 100 or Sand 160. Yeah,
and
Sand
C
160 and C. Yep.
for $1.
I put a Sultan
There's
in.
a lack, a Sultan, and a Dork in there. Lovely.
Okay, so
All
it's
of them are
yep,
different. 97, 90, and a 95. Cool.
It's a
So
mess
there's-
one.
There's no
No.
points available there. Good job, guys.
I'll throw a couple lax in there because that's what
That's the
I've got.
problem with the
yeah.
spinning wheel.
I know. That actually has been a big problem with just trying to collab. Like in the Coop Collective chat, I went ahead and made just, the 4 different chats with Sultan, Sarama, Lack, and Dorking just to try to create this. But it's hard to get any type of rhythm going. Like Josh said with his ADHD, it's like, I just did one thing and now I'm going to go do 5 other things while this is spinning. And in the same time that I probably would have sat down for 10 minutes and just entered a bunch of races and then walked away and went and done whatever the hell I needed to do. So
Yep.
It's definitely hurting a little bit on that end.
Definitely. You have to think as soon as Poly picks back up that it would pick up a little bit because that is deterring. I mean, I'll pick a race, it'll spin, I'll put my phone away for 5-10 minutes and then come back, sometimes 20, even longer. It just when it takes like this, my attention span is gone. So
Right.
Yeah. There's a 100-meter D race with only 2 birds in it. If people aren't spinning.
yeah,
100D.
we're all
and,
spinning.
I tossed a Lack in it. Someone else tossed a Sultan in it.
Grass.
Yeah.
Man, not a lot of Sultans in D. That's going to be tough. They're probably trying to get
Mhm.
them out of there, but
But there are a lot of 91s in D,
yes, that is for sure.
right? So you can score both ways. So it's not the lack of Sultans won't kill you, but
Right.
The
you know,
grass.
it's going to
is
be
that what you
easier
said?
for a dork.
Yes, grass. Yep.
And we're live on or it filled the dirt one or the sand one. I mean,
Okay. All right, we got a few more. You kick that out. Was there anything
There is a
else?
free race right now.
I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to bring up tonight, but I'll try to think of it.
Okay. Well, if you are in the market for fun NFTs, the Coop Collective's got the 548 barn, which you can get on OpenSea for 0.05 WETH on the Polygon network. That gets you into the Coop Collective 548 and all exclusive access to the stud barn and any events that the Coop Collective may be putting on, such as bingo or poker.
And an upcoming tournament that
And
we
an
talked
upcoming
about.
tournament that
Mhm.
we just talked about.
There
Tyler
was some,
said that we were going to probably put together a little poker game next week, maybe. I mean, it's just
there
fun
was some
stuff.
whispers of fantasy football
Oh, yeah,
league
yeah.
coming
Yeah,
back
we're
for a
gonna
second
gauge some
year.
feel-
I need to
on
redeem
that.
my victory in that. By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put a little gauger out there for fantasy football and see how big of a league, what combo, if we want to do 2 leagues or whatever we need to do. And
I
Get
mean,
something
however
going
many we
there.
want.
Yep.
12 teams, 14 teams. Let's
Yep.
make it fun, So yeah, we'll probably put
throw
out
some
an
prizes up for
announcement,
that. Yep.
get some reactions, see how many people we get interested, and we throw some leagues together to get some drafts going.
Yep, we do have some wearable giveaways that we have. I think we're going to roll some of those into poker and whatnot. We had some donations
Oh.
come from BAWK and Whamola.
Speaking of wearable giveaways, are
You
we
wanna
going to
give
do the
something away?
one? Are we doing some tonight?
We could do them tonight. We could do. You know what? Let's do. I'll donate the ones that I was going to do for poker, and then we can give away. I know BAWK donated sandals, and then Whamola donated the matching set of the toga and the laurel to go with it.
Oh,
So
matching set.
should we give that
What a
away
guy.
as one or as a full set? Just
Ooh,
one
what do
person
you
gets the
think,
full
chat?
set?
Let's let the chat decide.
Hmm.
Do we give the full
think-
set away or 3
we
separate
should-
giveaways?
I think we should. That's probably a good giveaway for the. Well, we can do
Full
it
set.
how-
Yeah. Don't worry. I got more for that. Don't worry.
I mean,
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
full
I
set
got
that I'm
something.
not in love with right now too. So, we got plenty of those.
well, if you're just giving them out,
Oh yeah, poker tourney soon.
All right. Full set. Looks
Full
like
set.
Yep,
Calm
full set it
down,
is.
Wham.
Let's do it.
Just asking.
That's why I gave it. Jeez.
Stop yelling.
Okay, Wham.
So this is a Wendy's.
Sorry, Wham.
Yeah,
damn.
sir.
I wanted just the burger and
This
fries.
is a-
God damn.
All right, so
Good
I'm
drink.
going to do this as we always do it, a little stealthy. That's the new way, at least. I'm going to find one of the not often used.
I'm not yelling.
We don't have any of those.
We got to clean this up. Okay, that's a good one right there. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this set up first. This is the full set. What was the name of this one, Josh? That was sent over to us. Do you have it? Do you have it handy?
No. Was it the Legionnaire set?
You tell me, big guy. I don't know.
Just call it the full set.
Are you doing anything?
Well,
You're not
I've
doing
got-
anything right now.
No,
Send
not really. Just
No.
watching a race.
Oh, just a triple cold snap. Oh, 4 actually.
Let me see.
All right, let's get this rolling.
Got a
here.
classic burning at the end there to get 5th.
Nice.
Less painful, at least when there's
Yeah,
points
Google's
at stake.
not opening for me right now, so hang on.
It's a full set
Full set of something.
of AA. Let's just do full set of AA. I mean, you
It's
see
a
what you get.
full set toga. I think it's the red one, which is I
Full
think
set
the,
of August.
Oh, look at that bathtub gin pulling off the W. Didn't even
Full
notice.
set of AA wearables.
You were too busy watching and you didn't even notice that your bird won.
No, I was trying to open a Google window to look and see what set this is, so I didn't see the end. Wasn't looking at the end anyway.
Wait, but where
I
did
saw the
it-
classic storming at the end to get 5th, and that's all I saw.
Yeah, forgot to look for bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They've made some changes here. I think I know what they're doing now. They did. I think I have to go to the actual channel to do it now. Okay, hold on. I think I know what's happening here. They've made some coding changes to Discord here to set this
Uh-oh.
up. So let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I think this will work here, making this a little bit easier. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to be dropping this giveaway in the Share Your Coop. Share Your Coop in the Coop Collective. So look for Share Your Coop. That's where this one's going to be popping up. Hopefully it'll work just fine here. Let me just try this real quick. Hey, wearables. And we're going to run for 2 minutes on this one. Number of winners, 1 full set. Let's see if it's popping up.
Oh, it's there.
All right, cool. They changed it up a little bit. So you got a nice big emote there to go after.
Yeah,
2
but you
minutes,
can't buy her
7
for luck anymore.
entries. Here we go. Get it going. Let's see. We got a race kicking off here in about 3 minutes. So
The Chads.
yes.
The
Bring back
Chads, the
Chad.
Butters. America flag. All good. Sambo
Oh,
with
yeah.
the gratuitous ABC drop. Of course.
Yeah, so get into the Share Your Coop channel in the Discord,
Yep.
Coop Collective Discord.
This is
Oh,
for
what
the
happened to all
full
the
set.
emojis?
I did not nuke them all, trying to get rid of the one.
Oh, you got rid of all. You did nuked them all.
You nuked all of them.
Jeez.
Don't
I'm no
worry, you're
fun.
still in the
No
giveaway,
fun.
it looks like.
Yeah, I didn't break the giveaway.
Dad breaks the hammer in.
Butter's back.
Wally in the chat saying he named a bird after himself and it sucks. I'm sorry, brother. God. Oh,
So yeah, Share Your Coop. Pop in there real quick. We got about a minute left. Share Your Coop in the Coop Collective Discord to try to get in on the double set of the Augustus Auger. There it is.
there you
Wearables.
go.
Augustus, whatever. There's the little sus Pepe showing up.
Oh, yeah. Chads are back.
20 seconds. 20 seconds to this
20
one.
seconds. Yep.
We got 19. That looks about right. I like to see that. And this will be given away in just a moment.
12 seconds. Get
12
in while you
seconds.
can. 20 in there. 19 in there, rather. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Winner
Who's getting a full
is
set?
Blunts.
Blunts.
Blunts. That a
Love it.
baby. Blunts Racing.
Blunts.
Getting himself a full set.
Congrats.
Look at that. Just in time, the D100 grass is about to kick off here in 10
right.
seconds.
Let's
We'll
go.
get that baby going. Let's see what we got in this. Looks like a bunch of a little bit of everything. A lot of lax, though. Do you want to get one more race for the night? Got a BAWK out of a white beak, a race con Poyo. Not a token, Bloody Oath, numbered chicken off to the early lead. Love it. Not a token. It's not a
We
token.
can
It's not a token.
let me see if there's anything that we can try to fill here. I don't know if I want to go with a higher dollar one tonight with the way everyone's trying to lock in
Oof.
their
Oh.
birds. I don't know if the pockets
120
in here
track,
tonight-
60 cents. Boom. D class.
Big
120
roller,
track.
High roller. Got a jetpack going off. Cock Talk Tyler.
Cock Tyler.
Boosting to the front. And losing his ground immediately.
Classic.
Sounds right.
Classic indeed. Looks like we got numbered chicken, not a token, Bloody Oath, born cross-eyed, Cock Talk Tyler. Who's this? Revolver coming in hot from the end. Losing my voice. Getting second. Excuse me.
Poor
Had
Trinity.
my throat blow out there.
Yep.
But who
We
won?
just let you out to die. On that
Yeah, not a big deal. Numbered chicken.
one.
Number
Name
chicken.
that
Number
bird, Dave.
chicken.
Dang it. He's actually podium twice tonight during the show, and now
Name him.
Name
Name
him.
him.
apparently I got to give him a name now.
There's my black chicken. Suck
Name him
again.
numbered chicken.
Numbered chicken's a good one.
Wonder if it'll let me.
Numbered chicken.
All
All right, let's see if this last one has spinning. Okay, I finally
Oh.
got through on that one.
What race?
That was the one we were trying to fill, the 120D track.
Okay,
It was spinning and finally stopped spinning.
I'll try to.
Do we
get
have
into
any
that.
other ones here?
Any other race of significance? Anything in A? Anything in B?
What are you saying? My D class isn't of significance?
Well, numbered chicken was
No, I mean of a.
available.
Of,
I'm just kidding.
Numbered
What'd you
chicken
say?
didn't.
It was available.
Nice.
there you go.
I
Numbered
kind of
chicken.
expected it to fail.
It's
but-
probably just
no.
because somebody misspelled numbered. That's probably why, Dave. You actually spelled it right. Probably what I-
I'm
Love
now
it.
worried that I misspelled chicken or something. No, I had an order went through. I can't spell chicken.
Look at
Wham.
capacity.
That's a trap.
That's trap.
That's
bait.
That's bait.
Bait.
Numbered chicken just went up to C though.
Spinny, spinny wheel. Bachweiler says to click on it for the devs. Let's see if that helps.
I click on it sometimes and it works. It does work sometimes.
Whatever calms your nerves. That's all that matters. There.
You know what else I'll do? If it's really long, I'll just refresh. Even when you come back, it still says transaction confirmed.
Got it.
There it is.
Nailed it.
120D 8 to 12 filled. Let's see. Anything in B class? There's a 120.
I'm filling this S class. I got my 1 S bird now.
What was
All
the
right.
one that said it needed a Sarama in it? There's
I
4
think-
Saramas in this 100 sand.
Just spinning.
I think S class should have reverse prizes. Since everybody tries to lose, that should actually be the top place money.
To try to downglass out of there. I don't think all the people that own 100 Saramas would love that too much.
Damn it.
But damn them, you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who
They
needs
don't
them?
need it.
Yeah.
Those birds would be good for something, right?
They're probably great farmers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, it's probably
Whoops.
have the most bushels of all.
The most bushels. Yeah. Got to name a bird.
So
bushels
many
now.
bushels.
Name a bird bushel.
I got to see if I have a bird I can name bushels.
Just so many bushels. That's what it
Bushels.
is.
Just shout out random names and I'll just start assigning them to my
Bushels.
birds.
Bushel britches.
Numbered bushels.
I'm even spinning on my my chickens page. It
Oof.
like pops in and it's like, nope, we're gonna spin here too.
Yeah,
On
mine does that too. That's
Yeah.
why I was telling Wham earlier. He said, play a race. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't. It's just going to spin if I open another one. Wham saying pick another big money race. I don't
Of course
know,
he's saying
dude.
that.
Kind of broke. You take all my money on a weekly basis. Anything in A?
Big money.
There's a 180.
That's almost
you-
done. Yeah.
Have you named Slowbot yet?
0 of 12. It
Have
just
you
got-
named Slowbot yet?
No, I haven't named Slowbot yet.
He sent me over like 5 different ones today. It was like what he should name it, and he goes, "Slowbot would be funny though." It's working. It's working.
Another
gas-
week and I'll get him to cave.
The gaslighting is happening.
That is what he'll be known as, regardless of what you name
Yeah,
it.
you can name him whatever you want. I'm going to call him Slowbot.
Every time he sends me a new name, I'm like, "That's stupid." Doesn't matter what it is.
It'll
That's
just
dumb.
remain a numbered chicken.
No,
Poor
name your
bastard.
chickens.
Gross. Yeah, you can do that. I just did that one. The 160 dirt in S class. If you want to do that one, Wham, I know I threw a bird in there. You might actually know I threw a bird in there. And a Spiver just threw that one out there as well.
Mm.
You actually get an S class filled tonight.
Oh, these guys with their S classes.
Yeah, $6
Good luck.
race. So yeah, if you guys got it, that's the 160
Good
way
luck.
in S dirt 9 of 12. We're almost there. 9 of 12. That's all we need is 3. 3 S birds
All
hanging
right, well.
around somewhere. Yeah,
Unlikely.
of course, he's already in there.
Yeah, not here.
Wham is in there twice already.
Yeah, and one of the birds is probably in there 6 hours ago.
Yeah, probably. Both of them actually. Good chance.
Let's see.
Yeah, see, I got 2 of that one already.
Yeah.
What's this A200? Did we get into that or no? Nope, that was just a rando. All right, so you got one filled yet? Looks like we were sitting here waiting on 3 races, and then your $9 or $5 race.
Yeah, if that fills. Yeah. Is anything else filled? Or
140 dirt is 9 of 140 dirt in A class. The 140 meter dash is 9 of 12 filled. The 100 meter sand in B class, which is all Ceramas at this point, is 5 of 12, and the 120 track in D is 11 of 12. So almost there. Get one more in that D race. Actually, you know what? It's full.
There we go.
I was just gonna say I'll do it, but so yeah, that
I'm
guy's
trying.
full.
I'm trying to drop one in that 140 in A. But I'm spinning.
Yeah, it seems to be a trend tonight or all week.
Hopefully they get it fixed. But
Well, we went about 20 minutes longer than I anticipated. So
Can the devs do something?
can they?
Literally, they can't.
they have
I
message
need that as a
Polygon.
hotkey.
Yeah.
I need that as a hotkey. Can devs do something?
There's a bird name for you, Dave.
That's
And
a
the
lot
devs
of
do something.
characters.
Yeah.
That's enough. Just do something instead of
Something.
Yeah.
No.
That
All the ones that I've
removes
shortened.
one letter.
Yeah. All the ones that I've shortened like that, I hate. I
Or
hate when I did it.
I
I hate all the ones that I've shortened or like cut off or tried to make it, force fit.
All right, I think this. Let's see.
Yeah, we may
We're
fall
waiting
victim
on
to
a
the wheel
couple more
tonight.
of these races to fill. Looks like the 140 dirt in A class is 11 to 12, and that is full as well.
Okay. We can get these last few off here and then stop torturing ourselves with the spinning wheel. We still got 18 days and 20 hours and 12 minutes left of this one. So they got to fix it before then, right?
Yeah.
I hope
There's
so.
like 300, 400s in this race.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that one race is off. Let's see. All right. We got 2 races here to finish it off the night. We got the 120D track kicking off right now. It's not ready yet, and I don't have the screen up. Too many things. There we are. No box. Boom, shakalaka with the robot down there. I like the green comb or the green wattle on the robot. I don't know why. Let's see. Blunts
Pops nicely.
Racing. Dude, Where's My Coop? Rotisserie Farms. MBF Express. Today's Tom Sawyer. Auto Racing. Marco. Fancy
teleport.
Band with
Fud.
a teleport there on
Fud.
a robot.
Fud it.
Marco. And the Clucking Hideout with Happy Birthday there. Shoot.
That's a pretty nice teleport, though.
Yeah, it was.
It's
Out
about
of
as
a
good as-
robot.
Yep.
Does that matter? Did that help it?
It was
No,
one of the
we don't
nicer
know.
looking teleports I've seen, but
Yeah.
I
'Cause
don't have any
seriously,
data
what
to say anything.
What does a robot do?
For you,
Looks like he
Anybody.
falls back out of first place as well.
What does
It's
a
all
black
that-
chicken do?
It's all that heavy gear. How can they be good runners?
yeah, they
There's
can't
only
run with
100
that
of
much
them.
weight.
It's got to do something.
Come on, Elvira.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah, look good.
Come on.
It's got to be more than look.
Oh,
good.
she's got it. She's got it. She's looking good. Oh, come on. Oh, no. She lost her wings.
Oh no!
No.
What is that?
Oh no!
Finn Todd Velociraptor.
Let's go.
Second. Did I get second? Did I get it?
That's a random win that I don't know why I got, but I'll take it.
Second place.
Yes.
That's
By
a
a
data
long beat.
crusher right there.
Rotisserie Farms taking back the
Hey,
third.
girl.
Let's see. Got this A race that I think I called out by mistake.
Tony that bird's third.
Got a
First
BAWK
place
here
with
out of
96 races.
Goofy. See
I
what
found when I
happens
talk
here.
to my birds, they do better.
You think that's in the algorithm?
Machete, 2 birds.
Oh,
See, we got. Go ahead.
yeah, there was one other thing that got brought up, and we don't really know much on this yet, but this has made both Josh and I kind of have to think a little bit, and it made Bachfather go into a existential crisis. If we're going to be able to own stadiums and run races there, does that mean location doesn't matter?
Oh yeah, you and I did talk about
Do
this.
what now? If you have stadiums,
If there's
and you can,
if okay, so with the addition of stadiums and there being
Yeah, I
500 of them, will
Mhm.
the
Yes.
ARG locations go away? But also,
no.
Did they ever
Does-
matter?
Did
that's
they?
the thing. That's the
There are
question.
some people
Does
that believe it,
location
yeah.
matter?
I don't.
With the
I
new
think.
stadiums coming
I think
because
it's
those
going
will
to
be all new
be as we.
locations.
I've always thought the only thing that matters is distance and terrain.
Mhm.
So that is
Yep.
going to be. Now, if everybody picks a 200 dirt track, because I think they said you can pick what you want it to be, I'm sure they limit it to so many can be a certain distance and terrain. You don't want all of the same, obviously, or you don't want it to be heavily skewed one way or another. So there's got to be limits to what, each person can pick, but I don't think
and it-
location matter.
Yeah, but there are people in the location does matter, trained that have looked into it and thought about it. So
But
there's
is
at least something there.
location different? So what they're saying is if they have 100 dirt in the UK
Yes.
and 100 or a 200 rock that's also in around that region, that bird does good on both.
I think it's more so that if there were 2 tracks that are 100 dirt,
Mhm.
they seem to be producing different results on one from the other.
What, but from what I've seen, isn't there at least 3 or 4 of each? Like there's 100 dirts and there's at least 3 different. And most birds are good on 2 out of the 3.
Well,
Is one-
it
or,
can
or
be
if your bird is strong at that distance and terrain, it's going to be good at least 2 out of the 3 of those.
well, it can be tricky
Okay.
too, because the more if you run your bird, 500 times, maybe you've had your most, I mean, yeah, if you've just pounded one spot, maybe, but if you tried to spread your bird around during discovery, you might have 30 or 40 races most at one track. Sorry, at one specific location. So we are cutting it even further if we do that. So we might be getting some incorrect data, some false data based on that. So it's going to take a lot more races to really try to lock that part down.
But it's still
but, yeah.
puzzling. Now we do say, like, I know I see location is already set most likely. It is still strange to me how I can look at data on 2 different 180 tracks, and one is literally I finish anywhere or middle of the pack, and then the other is top 3 80% of the time.
I guess you just have to
50% of
What's
time.
the other one though? So there's not just 2 of those. There's
Usually
others.
there's one other
I'm just
third one,
saying
yeah.
as an example, like it's
I-
just still
I know,
bizarre to
but-
me how you can look at two of the same distance and terrain combinations and have completely different results.
Mhm.
That still kind of like hangs with me in the back of my head of like, why don't
If-
I do well at this location and I do really well at this location?
Here's a better way to look at it, maybe, is take your best distance and terrain. So like where any given bird is the best at, and then look at the breakdowns. So if it's heavily skewed towards one way or another, obviously, and also too, you're going to need at least 20 races or more at that given distance and terrain to get any kind of good data.
It's true. So we shall see. There's a good chance that it is just they like Crazy Jay is saying, the owner of the stadium can design up the six races. Maybe you're just picking from the races that are already there, and you're not actually making a new race. That would open that back up again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, there
So
you
Crazy
go.
Jay's dropping the facts. The owner of the stadium can design up to 6 races within each stadium. For each race, they can determine the name of the race, the distance,
Yeah.
the entry fee, the race capacity, and the prize pool. Each stadium has a designated terrain type
Right. Okay.
of the 7 terrains. So,
Yep, exactly. It's going to be in dirt, so you're only going to have the choices
So
from dirt.
I
Yeah.
got a question. Can that prize pool be, can the owner change that prize pool whenever they'd like? Because you're going to have to be,
I would imagine when you make a race in your stadium, it's a one-off. And it's not
Yeah.
something that just keeps populating over and over again unless you set it up like that and they give you the opportunity
so
to
you're
do
saying that you can change it?
Every
Like,
time you
can
generate
change- you
and
can change certain parameters
and
every
then
time.
generate a new race. Yeah.
So let's say I get a land and it's allows me to do rock and dirt. I pick 100 meters rock. And then in a week I decide, you know what? I'm going to make it a 160 dirt track. You guys think that's going to be?
Well, I think your land's going to be rock or dirt. I don't think you can flip between
Yeah,
the two,
so-
but you could run 100-meter.
Well, but he says
low entry
again,
and then
can design up to 6 races with each stadium. Okay. So there's
Yeah,
going to
but-
be 6 choices.
but the train is fixed.
Okay.
So I guess, yeah,
Okay.
so-
So let me back that up then. Let me do my stupid analogy or my stupid scenario. Instead of terrain, let's do it with distance. So I can make it I've landed, my terrain is rock. Today I can make it 100 meters rock race. Tomorrow I can make it a 200, or let's say I make it 100 meters rock race for 50 cents. And tomorrow I make it a 200 meters rock race for $10. I can change
Yes.
it at any point.
yeah, it's the same. You get one terrain and you can change any distance
But then
and any price.
it would, yeah, it
Mhm.
would generate a new race. So that
Yeah.
one that you set up at 100-meter 50 cents would still have to fill. Like you couldn't change the stakes middle of it filling, but you'll be able
No.
to generate kind of what you want out of your.
I'm curious if you set your own price or if they have to be within what the other actual ARG races are spitting out.
I hope you have to follow kind of the ARG rules to be included in the ARG. But if I'm pulling out like a private race, I want to be able to do, a 4-bird free race or kind of whatever it might look like. But then that doesn't get that's not allowed into the ARG because it
Mhm.
doesn't kind of fit the terms.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yep. Lots to unpack and see what happens.
Definitely. And make sure you be on the lookout for any details regarding the land mint that should be coming, we think, soon. I mean, I would think in the next month or so, 2 months.
5 to 7 weeks now.
Yeah, it does seem like it will unlock a whole new level of gaming for this whole thing. So I do think that's why they want to push with this.
I said
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks last week, guys.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Be on the lookout for the tournament that the 548 and D3 subs will be being a part of if you're in that crew. Also, be on the lookout for the White Beat Gang. I think that tournament's kicking off after the cream of the crop. Correct, Tyler?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Depending on how the volume goes through this week, the ambassadors may be getting together and try and figure something out to try and pick that up a little bit, but
Sure.
we'll see what happens. We are the Coop Collective. This has been Cock Talk. I am at Grateful Coops of the Coop Collective Discord and the Chicken Coop in the Chicken Derby chat. I have at Pecking Order Racing on the right, Wada Wada Racing down below, and MBF Express below me. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, we'll see you guys later.
Below me.
Below me.
Jeez.
Below me.
Family show.
Not anymore.
And stop yelling, Wham.